And he'd go ahead and get a hold of the nipple on the bucket. And he'd go ahead and get all the milk out of that bucket, you know.
Oh!
And every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening, I'd go ahead and I'd go out there and I'd holler, "Moo, moo!" And here come Moo running up there, you know, because he knew that I had that milk in that bucket for him. And I got to looking at that nipple on the bucket, you know.
The teeth.
Yeah.
The teeth.
And it was about, well, hell, it was about the same size as my hootis.
As what?
So, as my hootis.
As your hootis?
Yeah, so I looked at the damn thing and I got to thinking about that, and I was about 12 or 13 years of age at the time, you know, reaching the age of
Pubescent.
puberty.
What?
Ernie and puberty. Ernie and puberty.
They worked in WA in the 80s.
I was reaching the age of puberty, and I got to looking at that nipple, you know, and looking at that bucket and looking at that calf, and I just decided to chum that calf on out the barn. I used to feed him on the front porch all the time, you know, and I got him out the barn there and took him around the corner of the barn like that, and I set the bucket down, you know, and I kind of dropped my drawers, you know, and grabbed the calf by the ears, and sure enough.
And who could blame you?
No, and sure enough, old Moo went to town. You know?
Yo, my first time was a sheep, so I can understand.
So Moo was going to town there, you know, and I was kind of inside the barn there, and I didn't realize it, but my dad had kind of been suspecting me, so he walked on out, suspecting me. So he walked out the barn there, and he was peeking around the corner, and sure enough, I was there with old Moo, you know, and old Moo was going to town. You know, and my dad is back there peeking around the corner, and he went ahead and he stepped around that corner and put his hands on his hip like that.
And he had a threesome.
Staring, he was just staring at me like that. I had him like that, and I had to go ahead and I had to come up with something, and looked over my shoulder, and there was my daddy, and there was Moo, and there's my daddy, and there's Moo. And I had to come up with something. I said, why, hell, Dad, just don't stand there and let him eat me up.
So you got a moo job?
I'm trying to
Now, can I ask